While speaking with the site, Is It Any Good?, director Quentin Tarantino hinted at what his next film could be. The Hateful Eight director revealed that he has an idea about a 1930s Bonnie and Clyde gangster-style film, which takes place in Australia. Christian Barr saw the sounds of Tarantino directing a period-piece gangster film.
I don't know if I could buy anything more than this. This is awesome. I mean, anytime you hear Quentin Tarantino saying, well, every time I go to Australia, I think about this idea, it means he's been thinking about it for a while. And he's not the type of guy that releases that type of information if it's not going to happen. He's done that in the past when he did it for Hateful Eight. I'm kind of glad. I really enjoyed Hateful Eight, and I really enjoyed Django. And I'm glad he's getting a little bit past the Western now going into the 30s, and to do it in Australia, which is very different. To see him do a gangster film, the dialogue in a gangster film, the violence that will, like, to me, one of the problems I had in the Hateful Eight was that he did that kind of over-the-top violence that was in Kill Bill, which I didn't think fit. And I think then you have like violence that he does so well when you look at something like Reservoir Dogs or even Pulp Fiction. And for him to do that in this movie, in a Bonnie and Clyde movie, you remember, he wrote Natural Born Killers, and he wrote that movie before it was. He doesn't like. I don't think he really likes to put his name.
And True Romance was also a Bonnie and Clyde type film.
Yes, both those movies. He does this well, and to do it in that time period. Oh man, this is a huge buy for me. What do you think?
Just a question of how long I have to wait. I mean, this seems like it was made for him. First of all, just that time period in general, regardless of what continent you're on, it sounds perfect for Quentin Tarantino. Christian, you hit the nail on the head. The dialogue, the snappy wit you can inject in a Bonnie and Clyde movie. And I look at that picture, and I'm like, all right, we're definitely casting Adam Driver as Clyde, right? Right. And then as the female, it's like, I don't know who maybe like a Brie Larson or a Jennifer Lawrence type.
Brie Larson's a great call.
They could have a lot of fun with this movie, and Tarantino at the helm. It's just a question of how long do we have to wait, and also because he really seemed like at Comic-Con when he was talking about the Hateful Eight, how much he is now intrigued with the idea of doing something for television, and like a mini series or something on Netflix based on Bonnie and Clyde might be a great foray into TV for Mr. T.
I 100,000% buy this. Beyond any way you cannot buy it, I destroy that and explode it with a buy. I cannot. He just showed Hateful Eight in Australia, and I think that was probably the nail in the coffin for him. Like, I'm doing this because he's been talking about I might do a science fiction film or another horror film. He didn't know what genre he wanted to play with next. We definitely felt like, oh, he's not going to do another Western. He's going to do something else because he keeps threatening to retire. Like, I've only got 2 or 3 movies left. So you're like, make these good. So this sounds fantastic. I didn't say Katie Sackhoff could probably play Bonnie, you know?
Ooh, that's
like
not a
there's
bad
a whole
call.
bunch of people that are in his wheelhouse that, you know, hey, like there's a lot of people that he hasn't played out yet, you know, who haven't been in his films yet that, you know, he's possibly going to pick. So.
Well, let's not forget how great the other Bonnie and Clyde film is with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway. Faye Dunaway, one of the most beautiful women on the planet in that movie.
Yes, and again, this isn't going to be a Bonnie and Clyde remake. You know, this is going to be a telling. Tarantino doesn't do remakes. Tarantino always does his original stuff. It's just there'll be similarities.
Oh, yeah.
Very similar.
Bonnie Clyde-esque.
Yeah, like you were saying with True Romance and Natural Born Killers and movies like that, to where you're going to get these brand new characters and everything. He's even talked about this week about how he has got like his connected universe. Somehow those characters will tie into other movies that he did, just even by name or reference or everything too.
Is this not one that you would rather see him change the war less, though? Like, I'd kind of like to see something a little more faithful to the true events than I would with something like World War II, and he changes the hit. Like I like that for that. It just
no. But this isn't that, because this isn't in the Bonnie and Clyde universe. This isn't a Bonnie and Clyde movie. This is just like a movie that's similar to Bonnie and Clyde,
to bank robbers and stuff like that.
It's
Then
just
do
like,
whatever the hell you.
And also, you know what? Even though it's set in the 1930s, that's never stopped him from having an incredible soundtrack that spans all centuries. So I cannot wait because like. Holly and I were listening to this BBC station where he was just basically talking about his technique and how he picks the music and how he selectively has just a rough story and then starts combing through his archives of music and just assigning musical moments and scenes, and then that helps him actually write the entire thing. So the musical soundtrack is so important to every single Tarantino film. You hear a certain song nowadays on the radio, you think about the scene from his movie. You don't think about what that song is even about. So he transforms these things, so I cannot wait for that soundtrack.
The songs are characters in
yes,
movies.
definitely.
Colin Coward opens every show he does every morning with the song from Kill Bill. And I always think Kill Bill, nothing else.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.